Good evening, esteemed audience, our leaders of today, our hope for a brighter tomorrow. I, Preeti Ravi, from the BlewMinds Consulting Group, welcome you all to this magical evening that lies ahead of us. As I set the stage for all of you to be blown away, let me take this opportunity to congratulate all of you for making a difference in the lives of many as visionaries, which is why you're all present here today. Our founders Sandeep Kochar and Vishwapriya Kochar to invite John to light the lamp which will guide us to the path in which we believe in truth, knowledge and understanding.
And 1 year of my life, I realized I did nothing. I started doing 20 things, but nothing was coming out of it. And then one day, that important moment emerged for me when I thought that maybe I should just concentrate on one thing. And I developed a framework for myself called DOT, the DOT framework. I call it DOTS. Do one thing surely. And the next 100 days, I just focused on building a business which I wanted to in a particular area, and I did that. After 100 days, my business was set up and it was all doing amazing. And then I realized, hey, why can't I do something more deeper? And that's when my thought of BlewMinds came in.
A few months back, when I wrote to John, you are my mentor who's never met his mentee. Just by reading your writings and watching your videos, I have learned so much. I feel privileged to communicate, ladies and gentlemen, that this year John has been named one of 8 finalists for the Thinkers 50 Award. And even more privileged and proud to communicate that John is a strong contender to be declared as the world's best executive coach this year by globalgurus.org. Ladies and gentlemen, honored to bring in John Mattone, his best and full version of himself, right here in this room, only for you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Mattone, exclusively for you.
I have accomplished a lot from the business standpoint. A lot's happened in the last 6 years. If you did a Google search on me 7 years ago, I was non-existent. I'm 61 years old. I made a decision at age 55. I called my wife, Gail, very special wife, been married 39 years. Round of applause, 39 years. I'm going to give you an opportunity to do training programs and speak in front of older people, engineers. You can teach supervision, management. And I said to Lou, what do I know about supervision and management? I know nothing about this stuff. He said, I know that you can do it. How many people in this room have had somebody say to them, I know that you can do it, I believe in you? Show of hands. It's a beautiful thing. Because what it does is it creates a belief. And a belief is the foundation for action. And then I get an opportunity to speak in New York City. And I'm on a big stage. Must be 500 people out there, front row. It's about 4 executives looking at me. And they're looking at me, they're not taking their eyes off me. I'm saying, who are these people? I'm done with the speech. They approached me at the end of the speech. They said, hey John, we really like what you had to say. We represent a company called Master Media. We're publishers. We would like to present you with a publishing opportunity that we think will be incredibly rewarding. How many people in this room have heard those before, right? So I'm excited now, right? I'm saying to myself, woo! This is it. People ask me all the time, how'd you learn how to coach? Well, for the operating executives in the room, and all of you already know this, you've got to know how to coach to be a successful operating executive. Is that true? Significantly. I learned how to coach not from a book. I learned how to coaching salespeople. I had 100 salespeople on my team. And I learned how to unleash people. And I started to understand the principles that would cause people to move at a higher level. My belief is that leadership, in fact, has very little to do with you, and in fact has everything to do with touching hearts, minds, and souls. That is the essence of leadership. We have a massive gap, everybody, all over the world in leadership. We have no shortage of intellect, though, do we? If we were to measure IQ in this room right now, I would predict that we would have IQ levels high. In this room, we've got a skewed distribution. Would you agree with that? A lot of smart people. You look at organizations all over the world, I'm amazed at the raw intellect that exists in the world. It's unbelievable. But when you look at leadership, strength, vibrancy, maturity, we do not have a skewed distribution. We have a bell-shaped curve. But as CXOs in this room, I already know what you're looking for. You're not looking for a bell-shaped curve. Is that true? Inner core drives the outer core, drives the 4 A's. The 4 A's create your legacy. Achievement. Ask yourself, are you moving the needle in the world? I love Steve Jobs. When he said to me, he said, Mattone, let me share with you my core purpose. I said, what's your core purpose? He said, I'm on the earth to put a dent in the universe. Whoo, man. I get chills. I don't know about you.
So my question is, how do you build alignment? Because it is a perfect situation if your inner core and your inner values match with that of another person.
Yep.
But sometimes they don't.
Yep.
And if their inner values are wrong, it's a clear indicator. But sometimes their inner values are good, but the beliefs they have are different than yours. And in that situation, it is difficult to transform them. The only option you have is for transforming yourself, and those are your inner beliefs and you don't think that's the right thing for you to do. So have you faced such conflicts in businesses, or you've seen executives in such conflicts?
Yeah, there's a lack
and what's your advice on?
Yeah, there's a lack of alignment all over the place, right? I mean, come on, everybody, right? It's all over the place. It's not only in business. You know, the retranslation process, vision, mission, purpose, in the strategy, structure, systems, roles, responsibilities. There's massive mistakes in the retranslation, right? Which goes well beyond our discussion tonight. And now you bring up the other variable, right? The alignment within. Human beings, so complicated. Ultimately, I think it's really important for collaborative environments to succeed, that the extent to which we can connect, be collaborative, teach agility, teach people how to read people in situations, teach people how to adjust, treat people the way they want to be treated. See what I'm saying? Teach people to be courageous in executing. Teach people to be vigilant as they execute, to course correct, just like you all do in your business. The very elements that will yield alignment are the very elements for an individual, same in an organization. So it's a tough question. I think the answer lies in communication, collaboration, flexibility, and agility, and then learning from each other. That's what I would say.
At BlewMinds, we are the change that we want to see, that we want to be. Our dream is to create a BlewMinds foundation which can house different businesses, including creating a state-of-the-art leadership development facility for emotional and intellectual growth. Now, a small, kind token of appreciation for John. John, can I have you here, please? Put your hands together for John. Sandeep and Shivani, can I request you to get on here? We can't have enough of you, John. Another round of applause for him, please. Thank you very much. Would we like to see more of John? Yes? Can we hear it for John? Hip hip. Hip hip. Thank you, John.